this is take 3 because I am getting used to this new setup with Facebook and how it works. So today we're going to be talking about daily magic versus spur of the moment magic. Before I get into that, I do want to take a moment and thank JT and Gemma for supporting me by becoming patrons on my Patreon. So thank you both very much. All right, so today we're going to talk about the spur of the magic versus daily magic. And I came up with this topic because I think it had been posted in the Magical Experiments group, and I thought, okay, let's talk about it. Um, I am someone who does daily magic. I do magic every single day, but I also do spur of the moment magic. I don't think that there's really a need to go versus one or the other. Although I would note that I think that what makes spur of the moment magic more effective is if you have a daily magical practice. Let's take a moment and define what I mean by spur of the moment magic. So spur of the moment magic is magic that you need to do at the spur of the moment. It's you have a situation come up in your life and you need to do some magical work to resolve that situation, and so it's spur of the moment. It's solving a problem, or it's doing something for someone who needs some help, or something along those lines. And spur of the moment magic, you won't necessarily have time to go into your ritual room. Maybe you need to do some magic right there on the spot, and you've got no choice in the matter but to do it there. What I would say about spur of the moment magic is that it's ideally magic where you're able to do it with the minimal amount of tools needed. Which is one of the reasons why I favor a minimalistic approach, because sometimes you don't have time to go out there and get every single thing you need, and you just need to do magic on the spot. And that's where spur of the moment magic can be really good for you, because you can learn how to just let that kind of improvisation occur and do what you need to do in order to make it work. So let's talk then a bit about daily magic and why we might do daily magic. I do daily magic. I've been doing it since I was 16. So basically doing some type of magical activity every day. And when I first started practicing magic, I would go home and I'd be reading the books, whatever book I was reading at the time, and I'd be trying the exercises out and just trying them again and again and again each day, because I wanted to master those exercises and I wanted to learn how magic works. And so I was bound and determined to do that. And how better to do it than to do magic every single day? And this discipline has persisted throughout the rest of my life. In fact, I've always found it puzzling when I've come across people who don't practice magic every day. They either save it for specific holidays, such as the Esbats or the Sabbats, or they do it because they need to solve a problem, and that's it. The rest of the time it's just over here and we don't worry about it. To me, I find that to be extremely strange. Like, I would not ever want to practice magic that way. For me, daily magic is basically something where you're living the magic. It's an essential part of your life, and I think that it can feed into spur of the moment magic because it makes it stronger, because you already have this rhythm at work in your magical practice. So my daily magical practice, the way it looks, is that in the morning I get up and I do Qigong and Dao Yin exercises, which I use to wake up the body in order to wake up the mind. Doing these practices kind of basically just helps me to reconnect with my body from the realm of sleep and bring it to the realm of wakefulness, and it wakes up my mind and gets me ready for the day. And then at the end of the day, when I get home from work, or now, as the case may be, when I turn off the computer, at home, and I get and go into the ritual room, what I do then is I will actually do my sphere of artwork, as well as any other additional magical workings I might be doing at the time. And some of that might include spur of the moment magic work, like when I created the two corona entities that I created to deal with the coronavirus, with the input of people from the Magical Experiments group. that was some spur of the moment magic that I wrapped into my daily magic. And I found that it made for a seamless experience, because here it was that I was doing this work and making it a regular part of my routine, even though it was a little bit different from the normal routine because I was doing something extra. I think that the power of a daily practice is that it disciplines you, it focuses you, and it actually helps you to call up whatever it is you're calling up on the spur of the moment that much easier, because you already have that connection and it's something you already live. So, in my own opinion, I would share with you that I think it's a good idea to make daily magic a regular part of your life. Make it something that's every day. Do whatever you got to do to make it a part of your life, and something that you're going to live, because when you're living it, it becomes something that you just are. You don't even question it. And if you have to do that spur of the moment magic, you can do it because, hey, it's just part of something you already do. It's something that you can draw upon. You have that the strength of that daily discipline carrying you through and guiding you. Whereas I think, if you only do magic on occasion, it's like trying to work muscles that aren't used to being worked. You're going to be really sore afterwards, and it's not going to necessarily be as effective as it could be. It's kind of like why I exercise every day. I go for right now, my exercise routine is either I go for a walk in my neighborhood, or I'm using an elliptical. It's not nearly as much fun as swimming or weightlifting, but I'm still doing it. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, it's that daily discipline. I'm taking care of my body, I'm taking care of myself. And by doing that, what I am really doing is I am also making this central value of my life, this exercise, something that I'm going to carry forward, so that when I get back to doing the activities that I'm doing, I can hopefully resume that I'm used to doing. I can hopefully resume them without really being out of shape or anything else along those lines. I might have to do a bit of work to get back into the shape I was in before, but it won't be nearly as much as I would otherwise if I just stopped exercising altogether. And it's the same thing with magic. When we're doing daily magic, we're making it such an essential part of our lives that we're never really questioning it. It's just something that's essential. And so if we do that spur of the moment magic that we need to do, it fits into the work that we're already doing, because it's strengthened by that daily work, because that daily work is something that we live and breathe. We just know it and we do it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the subject. Thought I would share that with you guys. And thanks for watching. Take care and see you next week. And stay safe and healthy.